Welcome back to Honey, We're Not Okay with your fave two chaotic Black queers. I'm Mecca.
I'm Valerie.
And in case you were wondering, we're still not okay.
And today we're going to be talking about feeling like you're being graded in a relationship. And that comes with the question, why did I feel like I had to audition? Have you ever felt like you had to audition in a relationship?
Oh my gosh. God, I love this topic. Yes. I actually feel like every relationship I've had, I felt like I've had to audition in a way. And I don't know if that comes from my own background, like being neurodivergent, and then also, how you're raised, your childhood, how you fit in socially. Like, I think that was all a component as to why I felt that way. Not necessarily like my partner's fault, but yeah, I've definitely felt like almost a question of like, oh, am I worthy to be in this relationship? And I think, especially with like my last partner, we had such a different like socioeconomic status that was kind of like, okay, like you really got to do good with this one because, she's here financially or whatever, and you're here. So like lock in. So that was one of the ways that I felt like I had to audition in terms of just being like really on my P's and Q's and really put together and all these things to match an idea of what I had, like she would expect from me being, the type of person that she is and what she does for her work and everything like that. So in several ways, I felt like I've had to audition, and I could get into so many examples, but it's something that I think comes up, especially just being like a queer Black woman and feeling like, who am I supposed to be for you? What do you want from me?
That's true, because when it comes to Black women, people want things from us all the time.
Yeah.
They want us to show up a certain way that suits them, but also still be the provider and do all the things for them.
Yeah.
As long as we make sure that we also present the way they want us to. I don't know. It's like, It's so confusing. It's like, what do you want from us?
Yeah. What do we do?
Literally. But as far as your ex or your last partner, do you feel like she actually required you to audition? Or do you think, like you said, it's something you put on yourself?
Yeah, I think, and this is my philosophy with most things, I think it's something I put on myself, and I'm the only one that could. Like, if someone told me that, I would immediately reject it. Like, if I felt someone putting that energy on me, I would be turned off. So I think it is something self-inflicted, really, that came from feeling really like an outsider, I think, most of my life, and feeling like learning social cues, kind of. And then auditioning for everyone. And it trickled into romance too. And I think, one, obviously, like, I don't think my last partner did the best job of making me feel secure when I was less, I guess, acting or whatever, like being more authentic. I feel like she didn't take my vulnerability seriously looking back. And I think that didn't help. But to begin a relationship, I think I put that on myself. Like, I need to audition. I need to show up this way. I need to like perform and give this like caricature or whatever. So definitely self-inflicted. How do you feel about that? Like, what's been your experience?
So I definitely feel like I have auditioned all my life. Like, I would not say that I have been authentically myself. I don't want to say most of my life. I feel like it started around 13, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like something clicked. And that's when I started high school. So something clicked, and it's like, I felt completely uncomfortable in my body, And I realized, I was like, oh, wow, people are misunderstanding me. Yeah. And that actually clicked. Because before then, I was like, oh, what's wrong with them?
Right.
Yeah.
You put it on them. Which is probably how we all should. Yeah.
Anyway, like, whatever. Or that was crazy. Or they were so mean to me.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I just I moved on. And then around that age, I started to realize that like, oh, this happens a lot. I'm constantly getting into these misunderstandings with people. Yeah. People who are supposedly friends, or people I just met. And I realized I had to start presenting a certain way in order to make people more comfortable.
God.
So, so it was constantly like me checking to see if I'm doing the right thing. And I still struggle with that a little now. Like, I'm just really becoming more authentic to who I am. But it was constantly like, is this normal?
Yeah. Oh my God, that question. Oh my God.
My older sister would get like all the questions, like, how do I respond to this? Is this normal if I do this? Or like so many questions. Because I'm like, I started to realize that I was different than everyone. Yeah. It was very clear at a point. So if I wasn't auditioning, if I let my guard down a little and I saw there was a misunderstanding, I'm like, okay, What can I do to make this more comfortable for everyone else but myself?
Yeah.
So,
because it deepens that idea that like, oh no, who I am authentically is going to be rejected, or it's going to be, people don't know what to do with that. So then you build up an even stronger mask or wall or whatever you want to call it. So that definitely resonates. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, finding out that I am neurodivergent, it makes sense. Because I always said, like, I'm not like other people. I don't have the same brain. Or I have a different brain. That would be the same thing I say all the time. I have a different brain, or I don't think like everyone else. And now I'm realizing that that's okay. And that's the fun thing. Like, we're not supposed to be like each other. And the more authentic I can be, the happier I'll be with my life. The more I'll have people around me that actually mess with me. And that goes into relationships too. Like, my last relationship, I don't know. There was equal parts of masking and also being authentically myself. But like I said in the last episode, you know, I was required to be more feminine than I wanted to be at times. And I had to, I don't know, do that in order to pass the audition, I guess. Like, they'll like me if I'm really feminine. You know, they'll continue to like me if I'm really feminine. So I'm just going to stay like this. You know?
Where do you think, like, what were the moments that you felt that authenticity come up in your last relationship then? Because that's interesting that it would, like, kind of come in and out for you.
Yeah. So when it came to showing anger, so that was something that is something I'm not very comfortable showing people. Because anger makes people uncomfortable.
Oof.
Yeah. And that causes problems. And in reality, it should only cause problems with people who aren't really in your corner or don't know how to process their own. But I realized that now. I didn't realize that before. And so I would avoid being angry around people so that I didn't cause any issues until with my ex. And it's like I couldn't hold the anger in. I tried to avoid being angry.
But you only do so much.
She really pissed me the fuck off. Like, I couldn't even hold it. Like
you're only human at this point. Like, there's only so much.
Exactly. So she's the only one, maybe her and my mom, but like, she's really the only one that saw that side of me. She saw the anger. She saw like pure sadness. Like, she saw a lot more emotions. And I was able to authentically show up as that. Wasn't fully accepted by her at times. But she showed me that, like, it's okay. And that people are allowed to have emotions because everyone does. And she had a lot of them. So no one else has a problem, you know, showing on the range of theirs. So. Exactly. That's what it was. Like, you can show your range. Like, oh, people still love you knowing that you just get randomly upset or sad. Like, okay, you can do it. I can do it. You can do it. I can do it too.
Oh, so real.
But yeah. So do you feel, when it comes to anger, because you said, like, I could feel like you related on that. Do you feel like you're able to express that now?
No. No. I talked to another one of my friends about this, but because we're both Sagittarius moons, for anybody that's into astrology. So
that means that they do moon things in the Sagittarius.
No, that was so good. You did great. But basically, she and I both struggle with expressing anger. And I know for me, I psychoanalyze myself so hard. I know exactly where it started. I know why. I know everything. I just haven't figured out how to, like, fix it. But for me, it goes back to when I was a kid. My family, they love to have a little round table talk about me as a baby. And they're like, Meccah was so hard to control. She was so fiery. She would knock on the door. She would scream. She would go to, like, temper tantrums. Like, apparently, the personality I have right now is, like, completely opposite of who I was as a child. And so I listen to them now with the brain that I have now. Like, it used to be funny when I was, like, 12 or 13. I was like, oh my God, I was such a bad kid. You guys are so good. Good job. Now I listen and I'm like, that was me being a human being, like, literally living in anger in a sense. And my parents kind of suppressed it out of me. Loved them to death, but, like, they shut that down so hard that I think I went too far to the other side because it was kind of like, you're out of control, you're being disrespectful, you're this, you're that. But all of that was me just being a baby. Like, it was like, that wasn't something to completely fix. Obviously, there's like a code and you should, obviously raise your child. But I think my parents, especially coming from a Muslim background and my parents being young and very aware of other people's perception of their parenting on top of that, it was like people pleasing there. And that trickling down to me.
That's another episode.
That is another episode.
Black parents.
Oh my God, no, that is
the way they raise their children. Not saying that it's inherently bad or good, but like, as a whole, it does cause some trauma.
It does.
And there is a lot of like people pleasing other people around you. I don't want my kid to look like they're not, they don't have home training.
Exactly, home training.
And it's like, I get it to a point, I do, but like, there's a balance.
Exactly.
And it sounds like your parents just maybe didn't know the balance at the time. Yeah. Especially as a first child.
No, they didn't. And thankfully, I've talked to my mom about it. I was like, I think, none of us realize it. You didn't realize it. You were like 22. How are you supposed to know? But like, I was like, in those moments, you guys were suppressing me. And I learned to fear authority more than I did to feel safe, like expressing my emotions. So in those moments, I was forming patterns that I have to break now at 28 because of how you guys reared me. Like, I have so much respect for authority, too much. I have so much, like, I'm constantly hypervigilant because back then, like, you were getting spanked. Like, it wasn't some cute little sit down. It was, oh, you're talking back? And the talking, let me get started on that. Talking back, all the things. So anytime, basically, to bring it back, when I would exhibit anger or frustration or even an opinion really as a kid, it would be met with punishment. So that's where I first kind of learned, like, anger's not a good emotion to feel. Don't do that. You'll get in trouble. And it's stuck with me since then. And that's why I think, like, it's trickled into, how I show up now and why I can't really, like, process it even. Because I'm just like, what is that?
No, that makes sense because I mean, I've always told you, or like since we've gotten closer, I told you like there's emotion behind her.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you're like, oh no, I'm good. I'm just like, you're lying. You're lying. You may not go in the corner crying or express it, but it's literally there. And yeah, I guess I'm just waiting to pull it out because I've seen you upset.
Oh yeah.
It's just like you said, there's like, moments where you should be popping off that you don't. Yeah. Yeah. And I want that for you.
I do too.
I want to pop off.
That's on my vision board.
I love it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something I put, like, that's why I called this year my evil era. Because it's not even evil. This is my year of intentionally being or trying to work with anger in a way that feels authentic to me. Because I don't think even if I get over some of that trauma, that I'm going to be like a certain type of angry person. Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be Miss Pop-Off, but I do know I want to feel it and process it for myself at least more than I do. Because it's not a way to live. Anger is necessary. It's not a negative thing. Obviously, when you use it against people or you let it get crazy, that's bad. But like, I should be able to feel that and express that. Like, everybody else does.
Oh, very true.
Yeah.
So do you feel like in relationships, whether it's romantic or platonic, that you've had to hold back a little more in order to get along with that person? Like, I know you're already suppressed, but have you felt like, oh, this person's very emotional or this person's uncomfortable with emotions?
Yeah.
So let me like really hold it in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm always like, I call myself like a clay thing. Like, I'm going to adjust to whatever my environment is, right? And so I feel like I typically draw people that are very high emotion. And one, I came from the background of like emotion is weakness. That's like stuff I took from my dad and like the males in my life. And like, no.
Suck it up.
Thankfully, like, I don't believe that anymore. But I have noticed that I'm the one, like, when I do get emotional, it's usually over that exact concept. I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, I wish that I didn't have to be the one that's like putting on the brave face or keeping it all together. Like, it feels like I can't fall apart. Like, what else is there for me to do except for keep it together or except for like keep my emotions in check or whatever? And I felt that for sure with partners because a lot of the time, understandably, a lot of my partners have had like severe mental illnesses or they've had other things that felt heavier than whatever I had to deal with. And so it was always like, I defaulted to being like, okay, no, like, I got this. I've been doing this for 28 years. Like, it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, that's the trap.
It is.
Because it's not your responsibility.
No, it's not. And it shouldn't really be a comparison either, I don't think. Like, my thing might be different. Someone else's might feel heavier. It could be, but like that doesn't mean that I can't take the space to. Like there should be space for both of us in a partnership to both express and feel and, live in the weight of being a human with all these emotions, especially anger.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like with my last relationship, at first, I could not show really any emotion. Like I felt like that. So I put that on myself because she didn't explicitly say, I'm uncomfortable with your emotions at first. But I saw how emotional she was. And so I was like, okay, in order to make this work, I have to really suppress, and be there for her. And I think eventually, so I do this thing where I'm trying to practice not doing it, but I will show a little emotion to see how someone reacts.
Pisces. Calculated.
No, it's not even on purpose. I'll let my guard down.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's more of that.
Like a subconscious thing. Okay.
Like a real test.
Yeah.
But like I'll test it by letting my guard down if I'm feeling a little way.
Yeah.
And depending on how they react.
That's how you determine.
Yeah, how much I'm going to trust them with my emotions.
Oh, wait, I think I did that too. Huh.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of avoidant people tend to do that. But yeah, I did that with my ex eventually. And I realized I think it either upset her or made her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I realized I couldn't do that. So I went back. And it took a lot for me to show as much emotion as I did. But like I said earlier, it was forced out of me.
Yeah.
It was like, I can't control it anymore. Like, I'm a wreck. I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, at first, I definitely felt like I had to balance it out in order for her to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. And do you feel that still applies to, I guess, other areas of life, like feeling that feeling of like, I need to do this, like with your job or with your family or with your friends, like, does that show up for you in other ways still?
And like pretty much every day. Yeah.
Mm.
Especially a job, like I do not know how to be myself at a job. Like,
so hard.
They always say, be yourself, we accept. And the place I work for, they do seem very accepting of people, but it's just like, I still feel like I'm a different kind of person.
Yeah, you always have it in the back of your head, like, is this going to get me fired? Like, if I'm really myself, are y'all sure? Like, y'all want that?
Exactly, because I'm just like, I personally feel like a lot of people do mask.
Yeah.
If they are saying that they don't mask and they're themselves, they do, especially at a job.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, what if I like stop masking and everyone's still masking? And they're like, is she good?
Like that one?
Literally, no, she didn't even go here. Like, oh no. Yeah. So like I mask a little less than I used to. Like I don't do a lot of fake smiling.
Good.
I cannot fake smile because my whole face starts to shake. I still do it, but like my whole face will start to shake. Like,
it's in the eyes.
Yeah. It's so bad. I don't know why I still do it. Well, I do. Because I'm still auditioning for people. Because I do feel like there is a certain amount of masking.
Yeah.
That you have to do.
It's part of existing.
It is. Yeah. And like being a social being, like I can't walk around like this all the time. I mean, I might be into it. Like if I don't even do a slight smile, I'm probably going to intimidate people.
Yeah.
So I taught myself to do a slight little smirk, like going around. So yeah, I do that at work. And I feel like it works.
Yeah.
I am super quiet, but people still think I'm very nice.
I love that.
And that's the goal.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I do that. I masked with my mom a lot.
Oof.
Yeah, masking with parents.
Oh, no one talks about that.
It's required, especially from my experience in a Black family.
Yeah.
We are taught to mask,
so hard.
in order to get along with them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. I even told my mom, I was like, I stopped masking a little because let me tell you a story.
Yes,
I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad for it. But we were going to go eat together, catch up. And I was in the car. I was honestly feeling a little irritated. I realized I was exhausted. But she was like making this joke. And then she like kept going with the joke. Like it was going and going and going. And in my head, I'm like, she's doing this to get my reaction. She wants a reaction. I can't give her a reaction. Yeah. And then she like keeps going and she looks at me.
It's just is this a sitcom?
Yeah. Oh, my poor mom. And I was like, it's not funny. I'm so sorry. I don't even know if she could probably watch this episode. I'm so sorry, Mom. But
sorry to your mama.
Yeah, I was like, it's not funny. And then like I could see it like
And
then like we had to have a conversation before going to the restaurant because it really offended her.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, I just don't think you like who I am when I'm not masking. And, you know, I feel like I could have approached the conversation better.
Yeah.
Because I was just like not masking at all. Because I was tired. I was letting it come through.
Yeah, you're like, I can't.
But I do think that if I wasn't masking around her at all, she wouldn't really want it, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't
like she would love me in the moments where I'm like matching her energy naturally, but in the moments where I'm just not, it would be a problem, you know? And I know she still loves me, but that is an area where I feel like I've always had to. Not even, I'm just going to say mask. Yeah. Because I don't think I've had to audition for her a lot. But I do think I've had to audition for her to like me. There you go. That's what it is. She loves me naturally, but in order for her to like me, there's a little bit of masking and auditioning I have to do.
Dang. That's so deep. No, I feel that so hard because I think that's why it upsets the nervous system in a way so bad, because it's like, if you feel like you have to mask with your family, where is the safe spaces? Where do you have that calm except for maybe with yourself? But I felt, for me even, I've had to learn like, who am I even alone? Because sometimes you do it for so long that you become like like you feel like you're the person that you mask as. And it's like, wait, that's not actually me. So when you strip all these things and all these people away, like in the dark closet, who is Meccah? It's like, you know, it gets real philosophical. And I don't know, I think I really relate to like, I love my family. I love my mom. But the idea of like, do they like me? And it's like, again, a question a kid really shouldn't even have to ask, I think, to a parent. It's just kind of like, you brought me into this life. We are still two adult humans now. Like, we might not like each other. I might not like my mom if I wasn't raised by her. I do like her. I love her down. But I'm just saying, like, it's so interesting, especially I think in Black families, like the dynamics and the idea of like, we should try to be hoorah. It's like sometimes you're just not feeling it.
Yeah. Well, one thing I will say though is that, I mean, I think my mom would mostly like me. Mostly. I mean, we clash a little with, I just have a very like straightforward, serious side. And, you know, she doesn't really have that. And she's always like, what? Like, why are you being mean? She thinks it's a mean side. So like, I get it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Personalities.
But I do feel like having...
It's coming to us. It's going to come to her, y'all. Manifest.
Coming to theaters
soon. 7 hours later.
Oh my God. It actually literally left my brain. Oh my God.
And you know what? That's just the universe saying, time to pivot. So.
Time to pivot, for sure. But, you know, love you, Mom. Anyway.
Down.
But, okay, so obviously with this conversation, we've learned that like the auditioning starts with our family.
Yeah.
You know, as a kid. What do you think it would look like for you to not have to audition in a relationship, a romantic one?
I think it would require a lot of like habit changes on my part. I think I go into romantic relationships like comparing like, okay, like she does this and this is where she's at emotionally and I'm here emotionally and here's how we could help each other. Like that instinct to immediately fix or mediate or anything where I feel like I have to help this person along their journey. I think I need to cut that out because to me that immediately throws me in the audition loop because now I'm like comparing, okay, here's my strengths, here's what I can bring to the table, here's what I can do. And it doesn't allow me to just be. Like I'm not just being and existing with this person. I'm looking at us as like, oh, okay, here's all the analysis and the numbers and and it's not authentic because now it's almost, I don't want to say manipulative, but it is too guarded in a way instead of being like, hey, and I do try to say this to people. I'm like, I'm Meccah. I'm a mess. Here's what I'm dealing with. I've gone through this. Like, I'll tell like my childhood story to people and be like, but I still don't think that that's showing up as authentically as I could be. And I think ideally, what that would look and feel like for me is a calm nervous system. Like when I go on a first date and when I'm in the early parts of it, I'm just like okay, like it's almost chill. It's almost chill to the point I'm like, is there a spark here? I want to feel that, because to me that means I'm going to be so relaxed that I'm going to mask a lot less. And then from there, kind of building like, do I feel safe here? Do I trust this person? Da, 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 da. And that's the most analysis that I need to do.
Yeah, 100%.
And then the rest of it is just me showing up as myself. And I don't know exactly. I'm still, I think, from all these years of auditioning and masking, like the concept of who is Meccah is still kind of a question mark. Like, I don't really know, but I want that to be a little more clear, because I think because I can speak well and I do psychoanalyze everybody and everything, a lot of my partners have thought I was maybe more further along in that journey of like self-realization than I actually am.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give off that energy at all. So I think that's what I would change. like actually, no. Like,
what is life?
Yeah. Like, why don't you sit back and help me figure some things out emotionally? So I think that's the steps that I've figured out so far in how to not audition as heavily next time I am getting into a relationship. Like, I just want to show up and be a little messy and see, like, okay, this is me.
Yeah. Okay. I really like that. Yeah. And that reminds me, I watched, and I think we both watched, the Shannon Boodram episode with Jerry Johnson and her fiance, Drea. Or Drea. Sorry if I'm like butchering that. But Drea said that her ideal relationship is where she's just being witnessed.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that spoke to me. Like that, like, oh my gosh. Like to be fully witnessed and accepted is the ideal relationship, because like you said, like we're not perfect, we're all different kinds of messes.
Exactly.
And if you feel like if you show your mess or if you change a little, your partner is going to change the way they feel about you or leave you, that's not a good feeling.
No.
But if you know that you found a partner that is there to just love you and witness you and not try to change you or like make you mold you into what's good for them, then that's when you have like a long-term lifetime partnership. Even if you guys don't stay romantically together, that person is the person that's
exactly
still your soulmate no matter what. And that's what I want. Like, because I'm a lot, like I have like 20 different personalities, not medically, but I have like 20 different personalities, and I want to feel like I can show them all and we're going to be okay at the end of the day, Not, you're being a little crazier today, you had way more energy today. Okay, so it reminds me, I've always felt uncomfortable being hyper in front of people.
Ooh, yeah, because you do have such a hyper side, and that's so interesting.
And like, you probably are seeing
more
now.
of it, But before, no, I would have never guessed.
Exactly, because I'm comfortable around it.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like if I'm hyper, you're going to be like, whoa.
I won't. You're right.
No, you're like,
no, let me imagine it.
Or you'll just sit back and just like, oh, did you crazy? But I've had experiences because sometimes I am just like very calm. And people tend to think this is just who I am.
Right.
So when I would be comfortable enough to let some hyperness out, they'd be like, are you okay? And that would shut me down right away.
Immediately. Because now I feel like you're judging me.
Yeah, now I feel like you're judging me. Like,
that's not what I'm trying to be on.
I don't know why everyone else can be hyper all the time, but as soon as I show a little bit, it's a problem.
Oh, and that's something, sorry to interrupt, but like that is something that I've always tried to unpack. I'm like, is it because we have such strong energy that it's like, I feel like other people are allowed that like grace to be all over the place.
Right.
And certain people are almost held in like a little box. Like, this is who you are. You clearly are just this, right? And they get so uncomfortable. Like you said, when it's like, oh no, baby, this is a loony bin. What's going on over here? There ain't just one version, baby. We got A, B, C, and D over here. Like, it's so interesting. And I've always wondered, like, why is it so? Is it because those people start earlier? Like, they just show up with all their multitudes so quickly?
I think so. It's because people want to know what to expect.
The predictability.
So if they're out the gate, like my ex, out the gate, cutesy, hyper, geeky, whatever, like people already knew to expect that from her. So that when she would show that, they're okay with it.
Yeah.
But they would be shocked if she ever showed very quiet depressive. So that's on the other end, you know?
So I guess there's an element of us naturally kind of suppressing one part and showing the other.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But in reality, we should be able to, you know, show every part.
Yeah.
And just people be there because they genuinely fuck with us and they want to just be around us, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
no.
I want you to be calm when you want to be calm, or hyper when you want to be hyper, you know?
Yeah.
One thing I am trying to get more comfortable with is witnessing someone's anger. Because that has always made me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Same.
Because I never know what they're going to do with the anger.
Yeah.
And I have to realize that some people can be angry and not, you know,
like
put it towards you, you know? So like I do have to get more comfortable with witnessing that. But that is something I'm willing to do, you know? Especially if someone's witnessing me. Because that's the goal of a really healthy, great relationship, to just
witness each other.
Yeah.
No, that line stuck out to me in the podcast. And then I think Jerry mentioned, like she wasn't even sure if her and her, I think, fiance now liked each other in the beginning because they were so focused on, I think, like building a healthy relationship or whatever, which is kind of what I was saying. I think I fall into sometimes. It's like, okay, take all this other stuff away. We know we're self-aware. Cool. But do we like each other? Do we know each other? Are we friends? Like, and I think that's something that I'm trying to reconcile and also avoid doing with my next partner, because I want that to be like, I want it to be easy in the sense of like, we're just showing up as ourselves, like, and immediately. Like, there's no like, okay, now 3 months in, you're getting to see this side of me.
Surprise.
Like, obviously there's a line of not being so sporadic that you're like out of control, or like, you know, we all know the line. But I think I'm really trying to work on like, boom, this is me. Boom. There's no hiding it. There's no need to suppress it. Like, this is it. And I want my partner to feel safe enough to do the same thing, because otherwise you don't really even know who you're dating.
Exactly.
Like, if everybody's auditioning, it's literally a play. It's not real.
Yeah.
Or it's too late. And this is goes back to like when you're talking about the podcast and the idea of being witnessed. One of the last things me and my ex talked about, she just like on the couch, a bunch of craziness was about to unfold. But
that day.
Yeah, that day. But we had made up and had like a beautiful, like another closure conversation of sorts. And she had asked me something crazy about like the new person she's talking to, whatever. We can get into that in another episode. But she's just like, what do you want? She's like, what do you want? And I got emotional. Like, I cried and I was just like, I just want to be understood. Like, I don't want anything else but to have someone like understand, see my bad sides, see my good sides, and also still like stick around. Like, you know, because I feel like with her, I think what hurt was feeling like, oh, now that she's seen some of me, because she used to be like, you're such a nice lady. Like, I just thought you were a nice girl.
Oh my gosh. I hate that. Hate that so much. I thought you were nice.
I thought you were a nice little lady. And me being such a big personality, I think when you start to peel back my personality and my layers, like there is a lot more to me. And I've dealt with almost like a rejection wound because of that. I'm like, oh, so when people get past those masks, do they actually want to stay or do they want to be here? And I think, you know, with her in that conversation, I got emotional because I was just like, oh, well, it clearly is still an issue. Like, this didn't work out. So clearly, anytime I'm closer to being myself, things fail and fall apart. I'm like, and this is not helping my wound here. Like, this isn't, you know? And so it was very, very vulnerable. But I think, ideally in the future, I would love for that kind of conversation to happen and then to be affirmed on the other side of it and be like, oh no, Mecca, you're bad shit. But I still love you and I still love it here. And I'm like, I am too. And we're going to whatever. You know what I mean? Like that to me is like an ideal partnership as well. And the podcast definitely like gave me so many gems of just like, oh no, just show up, be witnessed, be loved for you.
100%. I love that. Yeah. It was a good episode.
Yeah, we'll have to link it in the show notes on our podcast so you guys can check it out.
Yes. I love Shannon Boudreaux.
Yeah, we love Shannon.
Knows that I've been rocking with her since I was like 14.
Same. Homegirl's already gotten 2 shout outs on our podcast, mind you.
It's not the last.
Not the last.
Like, love her. Down. Her and Jared.
And that's when I knew we'd be close because I used to be on Instagram and I would see her all up in Shannon's lights. I'm like, oh, she gets it. You like her? I like her. Like, come on now, taste.
It is. You're batshit. I'm batshit.
Exactly.
Like, What's that?
Birds of a feather. Oh, God.
You know, at the end of the day, like you said, I think everyone's goal should be to be witnessed by the person they're in a partnership with, especially if you want it to be long term. Because, you know, if you can't fully accept someone for who they are, trust me, when they're going through hard times, when you're going through hard times, when there's any changes, it's going to explode. Like, you cannot stay in something when you don't even like respect or love each other.
Yeah.
Because I think it does come down to respect and love.
It does.
You know? Can you truly love someone if you don't want to truly know them? Like that. I feel like if someone tells me they love me and I know I've been masking, I'm like,
you ain't even seen me.
Yeah.
You haven't even seen me. You haven't even met me yet. Yeah. You met a piece, maybe.
Literally, my ex's mom used to say this to her, like, you don't love me, you love the idea of me. And we always used to make fun of it, but she's been it. Like, that's so true. Like, you love the idea of me, and if you love the idea of me, this is not going to last because we can't hold masks up for that long. You know, walls up for that long.
No,
you know?
No, I don't want to be anybody's dream girl. I want to be loved for exactly who I am, not some figment, not some manic pixie. Woo, woo, Mecca's just fluttery. No, like embrace my wholeness, hold the fullness of me, and decide that you want to stay. Obviously, love is, to me, a choice, romantic love in a sense. Like you're choosing every day to recommit and love that person. But I think in that, people change. So if you do fall for a concept of somebody, you're not even really ready to go on the long haul of loving someone because there's going to constantly be transformation and growth and conflict. And it's like, it goes down to that respect and everybody being able to be like, you know what? This ain't me anymore. Like, and that person embracing that. And, you know, if they can't, but at least be honest. And at least, you know, at the end of the day, you were yourself. And if anything went left, everybody was themselves and they got to be free. Like, to me, it always goes back to freedom. Like, we all need more freedom.
I love that. Yeah. That was a good wrap up.
Yeah, good wrap up. Tie it all together.
Thank you guys for checking on us again. And, you know, I hope you got something out of this conversation. And if you have any follow-up questions or if you want to, you know, comment how you felt when you felt like you were auditioning, either for your family, friends, job, romantic relationship, you know, do so. Because, you know, we want to dialogue. We want a good dialogue.
Absolutely. Yeah, we want to dialogue. We want to talk to you guys, engage with y'all. And if you're enjoying the show, please feel free to also leave a review. We're on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, everywhere good podcasts are. We're there. So feel free to tune back in next Wednesday and check on us again, you guys. Bye.